Gato Perro, continuing our Amazing Spider-Man 2 Marvel Legends Infinite series with Marvel's Electro. He received the packaging with Green Goblin's arm and the fire effect, and Electro already on outside of the packaging, although it remains the same with the same artwork and everything on the side of Spidey from the movie. But the back does have the prototype figure of Electro. We're looking really cool, and we do get a different description and bio of the actual character, which actually reads: the electricity-wielding villain bends high-voltage currents at will and has brought New York City to its knees. And the bottom of it just continues with all the figures in the line. So let's look at Electro, who's already outside of the packaging. Okay, so at first glance, this Electro is truly awesome. It is really well done by Hasbro, another good sculpt. But just the first comment that I thought to myself was that the base body is actually, looks like it's just a retooled version of the Bucky Cap mold, which isn't bad either because it works really well. And Hasbro just went back and they put basically everything else that's movie accurate to the character in the movie, and they redid it. So it looks like a brand new sculpt. And you can kind of tell because they do have the same peg on the back where you would put in his shield. But other than that, it's still really good body mold. They changed a lot of stuff to make it work for the actual character and make it look movie accurate. So enough of Bucky Cap, back to Electro. I think the head does not really look like Jamie Foxx, but then again, it's just a blue guy, which looks still pretty good. It does look like the ultimate Electro, which is really good. It does have white painted eyes, which I do like. And the figure is just like a see-through plastic on the head, which is really nice. Then he has like these collar things. No, wait, not collar, but I'm sorry. Like on the bottom, like on his chin and everything, has kind of this thing going on with like some black detail. I don't even know what that's for. Then he has some kind of a diameter thing, maybe like it tells you how juiced up he is on electricity, something like that. But still looks really good. You can tell the ears and the nose and the lips. Everything's really nicely painted, and he is just bald. And then you can see on his neck there's these little, this collar piece. It looks really nice on there as well as this right here has this little metal piece right there as well, and it's kind of shits on his collarbone. Looks really nice as well. Has some really nice detail. It does look like it has some burn on it as well. Like you can tell, like on the upper chest, and then it goes right there on the side of the torso. It looks like there's some purple there, as well as in the back, which probably indicates that there's like some burn from the electricity, which is kind of really cool. It shows that he is really powerful in the suit, because it's like ripping itself from the overpower of the electricity and everything else going around him. But back to the detail of the back as well. And then it has like these knobs, electric knobs, I guess, as well, that are all painted on baby blue, which some people have described as being kind of like the big time Spider-Man. Really isn't that bad because it's not all over the figure, which I do like. And it kind of does make it look like flowing electricity a bit, but still not bad. And then it goes into the arms, where it kind of just fades baby blue into the wrist, which that kind of does make sense, and it goes onto the hands, which are shooting electricity out. It looks really cool, like a really cool effect. On both hands are wide open. They kind of an inch long effect of electricity going on there, so it looks really, really nice. And it does come with interchangeable hands, what we get to later, but then also more knobs are sculpted on there as well, on the side of the abdomen. And it looks not on that side, but also like on the hips. And it does have other detail of the suits as well, on this side as well, some rivets right there also. The legs will also have a lot of cool detail. It is just a solid black figure, but it's shiny enough where it looks really good. The kneecaps also look like they have some purple on there as well, so it looks really nice. And then the boots also look really nice and shiny. And then it kind of cuts on the pants, so you can get really good articulation in the ankles. And I do have some wrinkles, and everything on the bottom of the feet looks like it's sculpted as well. The back of the figure does continue a lot of the same nice detail, including its bald blue head, really nice. So continue the paint of the collar and all the back of the neck piece right there. We do get a bit more of a texture going on here, the same purple effect that I think is supposed to indicate some kind of a burn. More knobs going on, really nicely sculpted. The pants do have these stripes going down the side of them and on the legs, still really nice. The boots, everything looks really good on this figure. And as I mentioned before, he does come with some really nice accessories as well, including a separate head, which looks like this. Just pop the head off on a ball joint. It's painted baby blue, which I do like, at least looks consistent. We have him more of a raging electric mode, which has electricity coming out of his eyes, and it is not just the same expression as this one. It does look a bit more mad with his eyebrows, and I like the whites paint that they used to make it look electric, and looks really nice. And I prefer this to be the head on there when you make him with his electric hands, which looks really cool. It looks really mad and menacing. And his other hands will include his regular fist. The pegs and the wrist are actually painted on the hinge, are painted baby blue to go along with the rest of the form as well. They're painted just black, but it still has some really nice detail. The wrinkles on the gloves as well. Overall, really good accessories as well. Kind of wish they included the Peter Parker head with the Spider-Man, because this one got a 2 hands and a head, which is kind of not unfair, but just would have been good to see on the Spider-Man as well. So for articulation, he does have a hinge on his head that allows it to go all the way back pretty far in. He does kind of have like a pivot where it goes forward and back really well. And he does have a downward motion really far in. It looks really good. He does have arms that go in and out, but they stop at where the sculpt of the knobs actually starts, so we kind of have to be careful with that, although you can turn it the other way around. He does have bicep articulation that goes side to side. As usual, double jointed elbows, looks really nice. Wrist articulation does not get hindered at all by the interchangeable hands that go in and out and everything. Ab crunches moves in pretty far enough, where they kind of do get hindered by this one sculpt right here. They go far back enough for flight poses. He does have voice articulation, really nice. He does his T-joints that go forward, not as much as the Spider-Man, but good enough. Do go out just a bit. He does have thigh articulation. He does have double jointed knees that work really well with the kneecap as well. He does have a boot rotation, and he does have the ankle rocker, and the feet more up and down. And it works pretty well for the design of the pants going down like that. So really cool articulation. You can get him to a lot of really good poses. This Electro does stand a little bit over 6 1/4 inches tall. Here he is compared to the movie Spider-Man from the same line, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Here he is compared to the Spider-Man Classics Kraven, which he seems a lot shorter than. He's a bit more slim. And there he is compared to the movie Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man. And my final thought is this is a very awesome figure. I think it's it should be more appreciated for the costume. I don't think we should judge Jamie Foxx for his take on Electro until we actually see the movie, unless this is being viewed after the movie. Either way, it's a really awesome figure. I think it's really well executed. It's a lot like the movie so far from what I've seen in the trailers, even though we've only seen like one glimpse or two of them in the actual trailers in this costume, which I'm guessing is actually made from Oscorp, who gives to him or something like that. But I do think concluding that there's only been like 3 6-inch Electros in one Marvel Universe, and one of them being the Spider-Man Classics one where it has like his elbows in a permanent position where he can only shoot electric bolts out of his hands, which is kind of dumb. And then there's only the was it Fiercest Foes pack one, which is really expensive, which I get why people like because it's more comic book accurate, probably more articulation. But probably this is the easiest Electro to get right now. It's still pretty good Electro if you want to fill up your Rogues Gallery and you don't want to spend that much on an Electro figure. So I totally recommend this guy. I would have to give him a 9.5. I think it's really well executed, and I really enjoy the look of the Electro for the new movie. I actually like how they went with the Ultimate version. Mr. Gato, your rating?
I would give him a 9.5 also.
This is really awesome figure. Really recommend finding them or getting them if you find them at your Target or Toys R Us, or maybe even in Walmart if they're starting to show up there as well. Well, this has been a review on the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro. Please stay tuned for the rest of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Marvel Legends Wave reviews from Gato Perro.